This is Christine Palacio, and here is the first chapter of my 100 days around the world. We're visiting Hong Kong, which was not only my open door to China, but to the rest of the world. It was my first stopover. After some 30 hours in transit from Montreal, Hong Kong gave me all the energy I needed to continue my journey for 100 days. The next morning, after a good night's sleep, I discover with excitement this small traditional structure from my hotel, an island of nature among the skyscrapers. This is where my visit will start. Its lovely waterfall covers the noise of an effervescent and already loud city which woke up much earlier than I, and its rhythm carries me on. In this central Kowloon district where I decided to live, there are few tourists. Look at this, they're wrapping the towers undergoing repairs, and in spite of its height, the scaffolding is built with bamboo poles, as well as the sidewalk protection. My walk toward the waterfront forces me to cross a very busy commercial street. It seems the crowd is getting bigger by the minute. I see product I do not recognize. Mushrooms that look like sponges and sponges that look like mushrooms. There's dry fish in large quantity and variety, fresh greens, and the street cooking is getting very busy. People eat throughout the day whenever they are hungry. Under closed drying racks and air conditioning machine, rich jewelry stores sell 24-karat gold treasures, while next door they offer another type of jewels for the sweet tooth. Bakeries are numerous and always full. Chinese people love their sweets. Then the market street opens at the other end on a large open space. It's Kowloon's waterfront with its brand new modern buildings. Across the boulevard, a more traditional scenery, the fish market. It is the end of the year and Hong Kong is preparing to celebrate Christmas. Shopping must go on, and Buddhism is a tolerant religion that respects all others. To visit less accessible areas, the ideal solution is a guided tour, and it is my choice to visit the island of Lantau, the Pauline Monastery, and the world's largest sitting Buddha. The 3.5-mile cable car ride allows passengers a bird's-eye view on the new housing projects intended for the Hong Kong workers and the staff of the new international airport. Then, through fog, the hilltops of the national park, and finally, the shadow of the impressive Buddha, casting exceptionally its eyes over the north, towards Hong Kong, which it protects. We are welcomed at the entrance of the temple by a traditional Bodhi tree, similar to the tree under which Buddha is known to have reached illumination. In Hong Kong, few old buildings are preserved and the new ones grow rapidly to take their place. But temples and religious historical buildings are treasured and make for the most part of the national heritage in a China determined to modernize and grow. Also on the island of Lantau, the small fishermen's village of Tai O, with its colorful makeshift houses on pillars, a striking contrast with the modern towers being built. The village is still authentic, and offers the opportunity to capture some images of an era soon to be gone. This is the end of the afternoon, and the sun sets gently over the China Sea. And in perfect order, fishermen's boats await the moment to go back to work. The following day we visit the island of Hong Kong. The Man Mo Temple is our first stop, named after Man, god of literature, and Mo, god of the martial arts. Built in 1847, it is one of the most beautiful Buddhist temples on the island. Incense coils tagged with the prayers and wishes of those who come to pray, giant brass incense burner, embroidered silk panels, votive candles, statues, fruit and flower offerings, everything participates in creating an atmosphere of calm and devotion. In the adjacent room, a smaller chapel assembles a collection of various private deities, particular to the fate of each faithful. All are intriguing, sometimes a little scary looking. Buddhism opens its arms to all, but the incense smoke is really getting to me. En route toward the top of Victoria Peak to catch a bit of fresh air. On a steep slope, the funicular moves up at surprising speed, revealing breathtaking views of the downtown core and its well-known buildings.
The name of the building is ITC.
At the top, the highest point of the hill is planted with a forest of antennas on the one side and some of the most expensive houses on the other. In spite of the fog, the panorama is spectacular. Hong Kong, British territory, retroceded to China in 1997, some 386 square miles for 7 million inhabitants. Its energy is inspiring. The funicular takes us down, and we're going to visit the modern Hong Kong Marina and lunch at the Jumbo Dim Sum restaurant. After a delicious meal, boating on the water streets of the Aberdeen port proved to be quite a discovery of contrast with the neighborly wealth and the modern buildings growing up on each bank. In the center of Hong Kong, Aberdeen is a fisherman's floating village where many families still live. Boats are often attached in clusters of 3 or 4, and small vessels are tied around to take people on land. In Kowloon, on a sunny day, the nicest walk will take you to the Birds Garden next to the flower market. Bird songs will call you irresistibly. It's a garden of trees and flowers where bird owners walk their pets in their cage or hang the cage to let their bird enjoy some fresh air. Many bird supply shops offer everything for the comfort and happiness of the feathered friends, as birds are a preferred pet and lucky charm for the Hong Kong people. Couture fans cannot forget an interesting visit to the sewing district, where boutiques line the streets for several blocks, offering one after another an unbelievable variety of sewing supplies, fabrics, buttons, and accessories of all kinds. Moving with the program of the day, the double-deckers public transport system will be your easiest solution. As you can see, it's now midday Saturday, and the pedestrian and motorcar traffic is mind-boggling already. Located in downtown Hong Kong, Hollywood Road attracts tourists in search of quaint souvenirs and objects that remind us of China's history, culture, and political life. Suddenly, a wave of policemen and women, crackdown and goods seized. The story does not tell the details, but illegal copies are common in this area. Time to go back to the ferry dock through several streets so narrow and steep that they are transformed into stairways lined with the smallest shops and always a small eatery ready to serve famished clients. Each time I come back to my hotel after a visit on the island of Hong Kong, the ferry ride is a blessed moment, greatly appreciated, and I always look forward to it. Easy to understand why. My day cruise to Macau could have been sunnier, but the hybrid hovercraft type boat is floating above the water and the trip is very comfortable. In Macau, there's still a few ancient Buddhist temples, rivals of the modern temples of gambling in the eyes of the visitors. The 400-year-old Amma Temple is one of those. In 2005, it was proclaimed World Heritage. From the Portuguese colony, little remains but the bilingual names of many streets and the facade of the Catholic cathedral that was destroyed by fire in 1815. The wet weather did not allow us to enjoy the concerts often offered here, nor to see much more of the Portuguese plazas and buildings still adorning the city center. Oh well, next time. This is my last day in Hong Kong and the clouds are threatening to burst. Nevertheless, the skyline remains splendid and I truly wish to come back to Hong Kong. City lovers, add this great city to your list. It's a must-see. You're leaving soon for Hong Kong, no time for preparation or research. Get the Top 10 Hong Kong Guide. It's an excellent series on large cities. Have a good time, and I will see you next in Thailand.